Well, I think it's very clear that the fact that Suella Braverman is on a flight and is in the capital, Kigali, talking about this is an indication that there are moves in the Home Office to actually expand the programme and indeed include thousands of those who will be taken under the new migration partnership deal to Rwanda. And I say that on top of communications I've had with the Centre of Migration with the Home Office that has talked about that in the next few weeks, they will start to deliver more information about potential third-party partners other than Rwanda, maybe even those within our own kind of British sovereignty nations that we've seen, maybe other countries in Africa. They aren't indicating which countries. They are going to indicate that there are going to be more flights. There's going to be more staff to help with the deportations. And they're indicating other legal aspects that will be added to the bill as amendments. So this is real progress being made by the Home Secretary. And she wouldn't be out there if she really didn't believe that there will be more beds, more rooms, and more availability and opportunity to remove more Channel migrants.
Well, that's very interesting indeed, Stephen, if what you say is true, that more agreements could be on the cards with other countries. That would be quite significant indeed, considering many people, naysayers of this policy, have been saying, oh, it will be near impossible for us to get more of these agreements. Where are they, etc., etc. But behind closed doors, is it right to say that the government is very much making that happen?
Well, I think it's very clear that they're very enthused by it, and they were indicating that they are making progress. And certainly they wouldn't be making comments like that to numbers of us who were on a call if they didn't believe that they have some serious attempts. Now, that does not mean that what attempts they're doing will work out in the end. It just means that they feel that there is an opportunity for them to expand this program to other countries or maybe British overseas territories. So I think that's quite significant. But the real point about this and what's been happening with Rishi Sunak, with the new law and the migration partnership with Rwanda, is that there is a real determination now within the top of the Conservative Party to tackle this problem. They recognise it as a potential vote winner in any general election in the future, but they also know that now it needs be, because it's £8 billion a year is the cost of immigration and asylum to the UK.
So, Stephen, so you say UK overseas territories, others may be on the card for these third-party agreements. Does that mean places like Gibraltar, Falklands, Bermuda?
Oh, well, we've got no idea which places they are. We can look at the British overseas. I think the main point that was being made is that nothing is being ruled out and there are opportunities across the globe for them to look at. So I think it's a very important step that the Home Office is really practically looking at the legal implications of what happened with the attempts previously to prevent people from coming across the Channel. And they've done a really good job in this new law, and my hats off as a fellow barrister to those in the government legal department. They do expect legal challenges, but I think they're prepared for that. They're looking at the technology that's required, the staffing costs. And so my only question is whether they are really thinking about this in a long-term plan, because we are expecting 80,000 to come this year, unless, and I feel that it might do, unless the deal that's been happening in Rwanda and also the law that's been implemented by Rishi Sunak and Suella Braverman does start to have an impact on the people smugglers and their business model.
Yeah, so how does this actually fit? If you could just break it down, just very quickly, how does this Rwanda scheme fit with the illegal immigration bill that's going through, with the agreement with France that Rishi Sunak seems to have agreed with President Macron, and whatever else is being done to stop the boats?
So the key point here is the people smugglers' business plan is get on our boats, give us the money, and you will get into the UK. You'll never be turned away. You'll never be taken anywhere else, and you'll be in hotels, and then you'll be there in the UK forever. The new immigration bill says, no, you'll be there for 28 days, and after 28 days assessment, unless you fall within the very minor categories which allow you to stay in the UK, you'll be removed from the country and not be permitted to claim asylum again. Rwanda fits in because it's one of those areas where you can be removed after 28 days. So that's an important point. And what's happening with Macron is they're going to disrupt and make it more difficult for the boats to try and reach the waters in the first place. Maybe we'll see more images of the police actually capturing the boats and puncturing, the drones working together. So on both sides, it's to make the journey more difficult and therefore more costly for the people smugglers, and a disincentive for those who are paying the money to the people smugglers, saying that you won't be able to stay in the UK. Actually, you're going to, in the first case, go to Rwanda, and in the second case, maybe one of the other deals they're considering.